We are here at AI Expo Europe 2025 and we are talking to Sonika. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
20 years of experience working at Microsoft as AI chief architect. I love dealing with AI use cases because that's day in, day out work. I've been at Microsoft for 6 years, live in Copenhagen.
We know that you've worked with some top enterprises, and we were curious about what's the most exciting real world impact you've seen from AI so far.
One of the ones which I actually mentioned was Toyota. I love how they have worked with agents. They've built this multi-agent Obeya system, and they are 70,000 people. And basically, they will be able to reduce 15% of that using agents. For finding out what should go into the product backlog of their next car. And I think that is quite interesting. They're very structured, and it's a really nice use case. Yeah.
And we were also curious about the fact that you mentor startups and you support fintech scale ups. So, what's one common mistake you see companies make when they start this AI journey?
A lot of them don't think about evaluation. So what is very important is consumers only adopt a product if they are very sure about the outcome. And for that, you may need to make your consumer feel safe. And how do you feel safe? When you can say that, 100 questions asked, 95% is absolutely to near perfection or is accurate. And I think startups forget a lot about the evaluation because it's an afterthought. They're so caught up in building what they are and they're in love with their product. But on the consumer side, the consumer will only trust, because it's financial advice, if you have some guarantees. So trust is such an important factor, and they kind of like forget about that. And the other is security. It's kind of like an afterthought for them, but it should not be, because if your product gets hacked, you're done. So basically, it's like, yeah, that's the most important advice that I give.
That's good to know and keep in mind. Regarding your keynote, Agentic AI in Action, the highlights were real use cases, which I loved personally. What's one story or insight you're most excited to share with the audience?
I really like the use cases in pharma. Because the way we are helping in the R&D discovery, as we talked about, there are so many million molecules, and to come out with something so targeted, for the first time ever, we have the possibility to do that level of analysis with AI. So we are going to be like 2.6 billion people who are above the age of 60, in 2050. So we need to find better ways of living healthier, longer, and more meaningful lives. And that's only possible, if there are more advancements in pharma. There's so much that we don't know about it. I personally feel very strongly about it, especially in the R&D discovery. So it's not about living long, it's about living right, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And can you also tell us a bit about your experience so far? How did you feel on the stage?
Oh, it was very nice. I think the energy is great over here, and I got to meet a few people over here. And I love the fact that we are represented as a community, not just Microsoft, but Google is here, Oracle is here, Red Hat is here. I mean, it's quite nice to see everyone represented. And Alibaba is here, which is also quite nice, to see representation from everywhere. I think I'm looking forward to the rest of the event.
Thank you so much for being here and also for this interview.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.